Meet Ben. Ben is a 31-year-old self-employed graphic designer. Hello, Ben. What Ben doesn't yet realize is that in just over 9 hours he will have lost his house, his wife, his children, and his job. Poor Ben. Ben's spectacular run of misfortune can be attributed to two things: miscommunication and bad time management. Let me explain. At 9:30 AM, Ben receives a call from a customer who needs some work completed by 5 PM. Ben estimates that the work will take around 5 hours and agrees to do the job. He says yes. However, before the end of the conversation, he remembers that he has another job that requires roughly the same amount of work, also due at 5 PM. Ben now faces a dilemma. Does he A. retract his agreement and risk displeasing his customer, or B. try to do both by 5 PM? Out of fear of disturbing relations with the customer, Ben chooses option B. Better get to work then. Ben has two jobs, each taking 5 hours to complete. Ben reasons that with hasty work, he can have each job done in 3.5 to 4 hours and thus meet both deadlines. What he hasn't taken into account is the video conference that he has booked at 1 PM. Remembering this, he does some quick calculations. The time is now 9:45 AM. He estimates that the conference will take half an hour, which takes him to a hypothetical 10:15 AM, leaving him 6 hours 45 minutes to do both jobs. That's approximately 3 hours 20 minutes per job. Pressure is mounting then. He then notices that he hasn't put any of his clocks forward and has thus lost another hour, leaving him only 2 hours 50 minutes to complete each job. Silly boy, Ben. At 1 PM, Ben takes his conference call. As you'll remember, Ben has allocated 30 minutes for the call, when in actual fact, it goes on for close to an hour, taking him to 2 PM. After the call, Ben knuckles down to 3 hours uninterrupted work and produces a marvelous design for his client. Well done, Ben. However, in his haste to complete one job to his usual high standards, he's forgotten Client 2's project, which was due at 5 PM and has not been started. The client later went to another designer and attempted to soil Ben's reputation. To add insult to injury, he's forgotten to transport his children from school. This causes an argument that culminates in the end of his marriage. Ben's current situation could have easily been avoided if 1. Ben had realistically calculated his workflow, 2. if he had informed Client 2 of his predicament, and 3. if he had been a responsible parent and reliable husband. To avoid becoming a Ben, please play this section again. Why not put yourself to the test and try taking note of the running time of this section, subtracting it from the hours of your workday, and calculate the time left.